The missile appears on USS Spruance's SPY-6 radar at 3:44 in the morning. Not from the north where the Iranian coastline sits, from the west, bearing 271, range 19 kilometers, altitude 8 meters above the waterline, already inside the minimum engagement window, already committed, already 31 seconds from the hull of the destroyer that 17 hours earlier punched a hole in the engine room of the MV Tusca and put U.S. Marines on its deck. Iran made a promise at 6:14 the previous evening. Not a statement, a promise, specific, directed. The Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson named USS Spruance by hull number DDG 111. The crew of USS Spruance read that statement at 6:44 in the evening. They have been at elevated alert since that moment. Elevated alert at 3:44 in the morning on day 52 of the war means the watch is fully manned, every system is active, every radar is sweeping, and every operator is looking north, looking east, looking toward the Iranian coastline where every previous attack has come from. Nobody is looking west at 3:44 in the morning. West is open ocean. West is nothing. West is the direction you do not watch when you are watching for Iran. The Noor anti-ship missile that appears on bearing 271 at 3:44 in the morning was not fired from the Iranian coastline. It was fired from a Fateh-class submarine that has been holding position 34 nautical miles out for 19 hours. 19 hours of complete silence. 19 hours running on minimum battery power at 140 meters depth. Below the thermocline, below the reach of USS Spruance's hull-mounted sonar. 19 hours of waiting for the exact moment when every radar sweep, every operator, every elevated alert posture aboard the destroyer would be pointed north and east toward the Iranian coastline. Then it fired from the west. 31 seconds. They are wrong about where the threat is coming from. They are wrong about everything. Lieutenant Commander Aaron Webb has been the air defense officer aboard USS Spruance for 11 months. He has run this engagement in simulators more than 300 times. He has never run it with 31 seconds on the clock, a contact appearing at 19 kilometers from the west, while his entire threat picture is oriented north and east. He runs it now. SM-6 launch authorization at 3:44 and 04 seconds. 4 seconds after first detection. The fire control solution is building against a contact at 8 meters altitude in sea clutter, closing at 1,000 kilometers per hour. The solution is not clean. The geometry is not favorable. A sea-skimming contact at this range appearing from the west, when the formation's entire defensive orientation is north and east, means the SM-6 interceptor has to execute a 271-degree bearing correction from the moment it leaves the rail. The first SM-6 launches at 3:44 and 11 seconds, 11 seconds after first detection, 20 seconds remaining. The fire control solution has had 11 seconds to refine against a contact that started at 19 kilometers and is now at 14 and still closing. The solution is marginal. The SM-6 climbs and turns and descends toward its intercept point. The Noor executes a 2.3-degree course correction at 3:44 and 19 seconds. The correction places it 140 meters outside the SM-6 intercept geometry. The SM-6 detonates in empty air. Miss. 12 seconds remaining. The second SM-6 was already building on an updated solution. It launches at 3:44 and 21 seconds, 9 seconds before the Noor reaches the hull. The fire control computer has the updated track. The solution is better. Not clean, better. The second SM-6 reaches its intercept point at 3:44 and 28 seconds. The Noor executes a final 1.9-degree correction. The SM-6 detonates 89 meters from the missile, outside the lethal fragmentation radius by 11 meters. Miss. 3 seconds remaining. The Phalanx CIWS activates. It acquires the contact at 0.6 nautical miles and fires. The burst reaches the intercept point. The Noor executes its terminal correction. The rounds miss by 9 meters. The Phalanx fires a second burst. This one finds the Noor's airframe at 0.3 nautical miles. Fragmentation tears into the propulsion section. The Noor loses thrust. It does not lose guidance. A Noor missile that has lost thrust, but retained guidance does not stop flying. It glides. It glides on its last committed trajectory at decreasing speed toward the hull of USS Spruance. The gliding warhead impacts the Arabian Sea 23 meters off Spruance's port bow at 3:44 and 31 seconds. 23 meters. The warhead detonates on water contact. A 165-kilogram warhead detonating in open ocean 23 meters from a destroyer's hull is not a clean miss. The pressure wave from the detonation reaches USS Spruance's hull in 0.006 seconds. The force is equivalent to the ship running at full speed directly into a concrete wall. Every loose object in every compartment moves simultaneously. The ship flexes along its entire length. 11 crew members are thrown against bulkheads hard enough to require immediate medical attention. 2 forward compartments lose power. The bridge windows shatter all at once. The SPY-6 radar array experiences a power fluctuation lasting 4 seconds. For 4 seconds, USS Spruance is partially radar blind. 4 seconds is enough time for something already moving to close significant distance. The 4 IRGC fast attack craft that have been holding position 8 nautical miles north of USS Spruance, sheltered behind the radar shadow of a large commercial vessel, begin their run at the exact moment the Noor fires. They were not waiting for the missile to guide them in. They were waiting for the 4 seconds of radar blindness that a near-miss pressure wave detonation produces in a ship's sensor suite. 4 seconds. 4 IRGC craft running at 55 knots, covering 600 meters, toward a destroyer whose SPY-6 is still recovering from a power fluctuation. They are 7.4 nautical miles from USS Spruance when the radar comes back. They are committed. They are armed. They are running at 55 knots toward the ship that put Marines on an Iranian vessel 17 hours ago, and they are not turning back. 3:44 and 35 seconds. Spruance radar back, 7.4 nautical miles. Fast attack craft bearing 019, all 4 still closing. Webb does not pause. He has the contacts the instant the SPY-6 recovers. 4 surface contacts, bearing 019. Range 7.4 nautical miles. Speed 55 knots. He has the MK-45 5-inch gun already aligned north from the pre-attack orientation. He authorizes surface engagement at 3:44 and 36 seconds. 1 second after radar recovery. The MK-45 begins tracking the lead contact at 3:44 and 38 seconds. It fires at 3:44 and 41. The round reaches the lead contact at 3:44 and 44 seconds. The impact tears through the craft's forward section. It loses propulsion immediately and begins to list. The 3 remaining craft do not slow down. They spread left and right around the burning lead and continue inbound. Webb shifts the MK-45 to the second contact. It fires. The round impacts but does not kill the craft. It slows. It keeps moving. The third and fourth contacts are now inside 6 nautical miles, still at 55 knots. The Phalanx is cycling back to readiness after the Noor engagement. It needs 40 more seconds. Webb does not have 40 seconds. He authorizes the aft MK-45 mount. It begins tracking the third contact at 3:45 and 04 seconds and fires. The round misses. The sea state is rougher than the fire control solution accounted for. It fires again. The second round finds the third contact's engine section. The craft stops dead in the water. Smoke visible on infrared. 2 contacts remaining. Both inside 5.1 nautical miles. Both still at 55 knots. The forward MK-45 is tracking the fourth contact. It fires twice. Both rounds connect. The fourth craft breaks apart in 4 seconds. Gone. 1 contact remaining. The second craft that took the first hit, slowed but not stopped, is running at 31 knots now, trailing smoke, still inbound. 4.3 nautical miles. The Phalanx completes its reload cycle at 3:45 and 19 seconds. It acquires the surviving contact at 3.8 nautical miles and fires 3 bursts. The third burst finds the craft's fuel system. The explosion is visible from Spruance's bridge. 1 large flash, then nothing. The surface picture clears at 3:45 and 24 seconds. 4 IRGC fast attack craft. All 4 gone. None reached USS Spruance. But the engagement is not over. Because at 3:44 in the morning, the exact moment the Noor fired from the west and the fast attack craft started their run from the north, 2 Iranian F-14 Tomcats launched from a coastal airstrip on the Iranian shore that had not been used since the first week of the war. A strip the battle damage assessment had classified as non-operational following a March 19th strike. Non-operational is not destroyed. Non-operational is a runway with debris on it that an IRGC ground crew spent 4 nights clearing, without lights, without vehicles that could be seen from above, for 1 launch. 1 mission, 2 F-14 Tomcats. They lifted off at 3:31 in the morning, 13 minutes before the Noor fired, running cold and silent at 400 feet above the water, waiting for USS Spruance to be simultaneously engaged from 2 directions, waiting for the moment when every operator, every system, every defensive asset aboard the destroyer was fully committed to a missile from the west and 4 fast attack craft from the north. That moment arrives at 3:45 and 31 seconds, both A's WG-9. Fire control radars go active from bearing 047, already locked, already committed, already firing. 4 IM-54 Phoenix missiles off the rails in 2.1 seconds. 2 from each F-14, 4 missiles, the same count that hit USS Gonzales the day before. Webb looks at his display at 3:45 and 31 seconds. The Noor impact 23 meters from the hull. 11 injured, 4 fast attack craft destroyed. Both Mk-45 mounts hot from surface engagement. Phalanx magazine partially expended. Spy-6 fully recovered. SM-6 VLS inventory reduced by 2 from the Noor engagement. 4 Phoenix missiles inbound from bearing 047, 17 seconds to first impact. He has 17 seconds and a ship that has already survived the worst 31 seconds of its career and is still fighting, and now has 17 more seconds before the worst gets worse. 17 becomes 14. He fires everything he has left. 2 SM-6 at 3:45 and 34 seconds. 3 seconds after threat warning. Both solutions building against contacts that went active and fired simultaneously and are already aggressing at speed. The solutions are degraded. He fires anyway. The first SM-6 reaches its intercept point at 3:45 and 42 seconds. The first Phoenix is 310 meters behind it. Miss. The second SM-6 reaches its intercept point at 3:45 and 44 seconds. The second Phoenix executes a 2.7-degree correction. The SM-6 detonates 220 meters behind it. Miss. The Phalanx activates on the 2 highest priority contacts at 3:45 and 46 seconds. It fires on the closest Phoenix at 0.9 nautical miles. 2 bursts. The first misses. The second burst finds the Phoenix airframe. Fragmentation strikes the guidance section. The first Phoenix tumbles and impacts the water 44 meters off Spruance's starboard bow. The warhead detonates on water contact. The pressure wave hits the hull that has already absorbed 1 pressure wave in the last 61 seconds. The ship shudders again. 8 more crew members down. Total injured now 19. 3 seriously. The Phalanx shifts to the second Phoenix. 1 burst. The rounds reach the intercept point. The Phoenix has already corrected. The rounds miss by 12 meters. The second Phoenix is inside the Phalanx effective engagement envelope. It is going to hit. Webb knows it. He does the only thing left. He orders maximum speed and hard rudder. Every shaft at full power. The same order given aboard Gonzales the day before. The same order that bought 17 meters of lateral displacement. He needs more than 17 meters. He needs the Phoenix to miss by enough that the warhead detonation does not breach the hull. The second Phoenix impacts USS Spruance at 3:45 and 51 seconds. Not the hull. The aft deck. The warhead strikes the flight deck 14 meters forward of the helicopter hangar at an angle that the maximum speed hard rudder order created, moving the ship 11 meters to port in the 0.8 seconds between Webb's order and the Phoenix's arrival. The angle of impact is 34 degrees off vertical instead of the near vertical terminal approach the guidance solution was built for. A 34-degree off vertical impact on a steel flight deck with a 165-kilogram warhead produces a completely different detonation geometry than a direct hit. The warhead detonates. The flight deck absorbs the primary blast. The helicopter hangar takes fragmentation. The MH-60R Seahawk inside is destroyed. The hangar structure holds. The flight deck is buckled across a 6-meter section. 11 additional crew members injured in the aft section. 4 seriously. Total injured now 30. 4 seriously. The ship is still afloat. The ship is still fighting. The 3rd and 4th Phoenix missiles are still running. Still inside 8 seconds of impact. The remaining SM-6 launch cells that have not been expended are building solutions. Webb fires 2 more at 3:45 and 53 seconds. Both solutions marginal, both firing anyway. The third SM-6 reaches the third Phoenix at 3:45 and 58 seconds. Detonates 180 meters short. Miss. The Phalanx reacquires the third Phoenix after cycling from the previous engagement. It fires. The burst finds the airframe. Fragmentation strikes the Phoenix. It loses control. Impacts the water 190 meters off the port stern. The warhead detonates. The pressure wave reaches the hull of a ship that has now absorbed 3 pressure waves in 77 seconds. The fourth SM-6 reaches the fourth Phoenix at 3:46 and 02 seconds. The intercept solution had 11 additional seconds to refine compared to the first 2 engagements. 11 seconds is the difference between marginal and adequate. The fourth SM-6 detonates 31 meters from the fourth Phoenix, inside the lethal fragmentation radius. The fourth Phoenix comes apart in the air 340 meters from USS Spruance. Debris reaches the hull. No warhead detonation, fragments only. 3 crew members on the aft deck are struck. None penetrate below deck. The air threat picture clears at 3:46 and 04 seconds. 4 Phoenix missiles. 1 hit on the flight deck. 1 near-miss detonation 44 meters from the hull. 1 controlled water impact 190 meters astern. 1 clean intercept 340 meters out. Above USS Spruance, behind it, invisible to every Iranian sensor in the strait, 2 F-35C Lightning IIs from USS Abraham Lincoln's Carrier Air Wing have been watching since 3:09 in the morning. 22 minutes before the Noor fired. They detected the Fateh class submarine acoustic signature on bearing 271 at 3:11. They watched the F-14 launch from the coastal airstrip at 3:31. They observed all 3 simultaneous attacks develop in real time from 38,000 feet, while USS Spruance was fighting for its life against all of them at once. They requested weapons-free authorization at 3:32 in the morning, the moment they identified the F-14 launch. Conditional authorization. Weapons-free if the F-14S fire first. The F-14S fired at 3:45 and 31 seconds. The condition was met. The lead F-35C fires at 3:46 and 09 seconds, 5 seconds after the last Phoenix was defeated, while USS Spruance's crew is still counting their wounded. 2 AIM-120D AMRAAMs off the rails. His wingman fires 1 second behind him. The F-14 crews are aggressing at Mach 2.1, climbing through 9,000 feet. Their threat warning systems are dark. They have been dark since the moment they fired. There is nothing in the sky behind them that their sensors can find. There is nothing except 4 AIM-12OD AMRAAMs, already running at Mach 4, that activated their active radar seekers at 8 nautical miles, and have been tracking both F-14S for 16 seconds without either Iranian crew knowing they exist. The lead F-14 crew gets 2 seconds of warning. 2 seconds. The threat warning tone activates at 3:46 and 24 seconds. The pilot brakes. Maximum G chaff. Flares. 2 seconds is not enough. The first AMRAAM detonates at 3:46 and 26 seconds. The lead F-14 comes apart at 9,000 feet. A hard white flash in the pre-dawn darkness above the Strait of Hormuz. There and gone in 2 seconds. No ejection, no distress call. 1 Tomcat gone. The second F-14 crew watches the fireball and has 3 seconds. They brake immediately. Maximum G, everything available. 3 seconds is not enough. The second AMRAAM arrives at 3:46 and 31 seconds. 5 seconds after the first. The second F-14 comes apart at 7,000 feet and enters the water 1.9 miles east of the first. No ejection, no distress call. 2 Tomcats gone in 2 minutes and 47 seconds. From the first Noor radar contact to the last AMRAAM impact, Iran executed the most coordinated single-vessel attack of the entire war. 1 submarine-launched anti-ship missile from the west, 4 IRGC fast attack craft from the north, 2 F-14 Tomcats from the east, 3 simultaneous threats from 3 separate vectors against 1 destroyer, the destroyer that seized the MV Tusca. The retaliation Iran promised at 6:14 in the evening, delivered at 3:44 in the morning. USS Spruance is still afloat, still operational, still holding the MV Tusca alongside its hull under U.S. Marine Guard. 30 crew members injured, 4 seriously. One MH-60R Seahawk destroyed in the hangar. Flight deck buckled across 6 meters. 3 pressure wave impacts absorbed in 77 seconds. The ship is still afloat. In the operations center aboard USS Abraham Lincoln, Rear Admiral Calloway reads the engagement summary at 4:01 in the morning and sits with it for 8 seconds. Spruance hit, 30 injured, 4 serious. 1 Seahawk destroyed, flight deck buckled, 3 simultaneous attack vectors. 1 submarine, 4 fast attack craft, 2 F-14S, all 3 neutralized, Spruance operational. He picks up the strike authorization circuit. The coastal airstrip that launched the F-14S had been assessed as non-operational since March 19th. Non-operational, not destroyed. An IRGC ground crew spent 4 nights clearing it in total darkness for 1 launch. 1 mission, 2 F-14S. Post-engagement signals intelligence identified and confirmed the airstrip at 3:47 in the morning. 6 FA-18E Super Hornets and 4 EA-18G Growlers launched from USS Abraham Lincoln at 4:09. The Growlers suppressed every emitter within 40 nautical miles of the strip. The Super Hornets hit the runway, the taxiways, the fuel storage, the maintenance structures, and the hardened shelters at both ends. The coastal airstrip that was cleared for 1 launch was cleared for the last time at 4:31 and 44 seconds. The Fateh-class submarine that fired the Noor from bearing 271 had been running at maximum power since 3:44 and 31 seconds. The moment it fired. Loud, fast, desperate. A submarine that has been running on minimum battery power for 19 hours does not have much left when it pushes to emergency maximum. It was acquired by USS Spruance's AN/SQS-53C sonar at 3:47 in the morning, 3 minutes after the Noor impact, running loud on bearing 271. The MH-60R Seahawk that had been staged on the forward deck rather than the destroyed aft hangar launched at 3:51. It reached weapons release range on the submarine at 3:58. 2 Mark 54 torpedoes. The first acquired track in 1.9 seconds. The second followed 8 seconds later. The Fateh-class submarine that held silent position for 19 hours to fire a single missile at the ship that seized the MV Tusca ceased to exist at 3:59 and 14 seconds. At 5:17 in the morning, USS Spruance transmitted its status report to USS Abraham Lincoln. Ship operational. 30 crew injured, 4 serious, 1 Seahawk destroyed. Flight deck under repair. MV Tusca secure. U.S. Marines aboard. Continuing assigned station. The ceasefire expires Wednesday, 2 days from now. Iran executed the most coordinated attack of the war this morning against a single ship, a submarine, a missile, 4 fast attack craft, 2 F-14 Tomcats, all simultaneously, all against 1 destroyer. The retaliation for the seizure of the MV Tusca, it cost them a submarine, 4 fast attack craft, 2 F-14S, a coastal airstrip that took 4 nights to prepare, and 1 mission to permanently lose, and the destroyer they built the entire retaliation around is still afloat, still holding the MV Tusca alongside its hull, still on assigned station. Iran promised retaliation at 6:14 in the evening. They delivered it. And the lesson that Day 52 produced in the pre-dawn darkness above the Strait of Hormuz is the one the planners, who spent 19 hours positioning a submarine, 4 nights clearing a runway, and 6 hours coordinating 3 simultaneous attack vectors against 1 ship, did not account for. The ship they built the retaliation around was still there when the retaliation was over. Still holding the vessel they wanted back. Still on station. Still operational. 2 days until the ceasefire expires. The strait is closed. The talks are uncertain. And somewhere on the flight deck of USS Spruance, a damage control crew is patching a 6-meter buckle in the steel, while US Marines stand watch over an Iranian cargo ship that started all of this 17 hours ago. The ship is still there. The Marines are still there. The MV Tusca is still there. Iran delivered the retaliation it promised. It was not enough.